My name is Alec Dakota, and this is my presentation on how climate change affects orcas, also known as killer whales. So let's get into it. So starting with the introduction. So climate change has obviously been a worldwide problem since the Industrial Revolution back in the 1890s, early 1900s. Basically, mankind has been burning carbon dioxide, which is causing it to go into the air, right? We burn trees, all these fossil fuels that we're burning is causing it to go into the atmosphere, and the atmosphere is rejecting it because it's trying to maintain the Earth's environment, which is causing it to get sucked into our oceans, which goes back to ocean acidification. So this is causing the ocean's pH levels to go up and is having an effect on animals that are living in the ocean, basically. So these animals, they have to adjust to what's going on, or else they're going to get left behind and their species is going to get wiped out. So my experiment is if we put orcas in a 10-degree warmer water that they're used to, they will start to lose weight because orcas, they store their heat in their blubber, right? So if we put them in warmer weather, they should theoretically lose that weight because they are in water that they're not used to. So the independent variable in this experiment would be climate change itself, even though we're not really controlling that. And the dependent variable would be the orca's weight. So let's move on. So history of orcas. So these orcas have already started to migrate north. They've already started to adjust to the warm waters that they've been living in. So they've moved north for the colder water temperatures. They migrated from the Lofoten Islands because so basically these colder waters up north, it's they like that water more because it's the water that they tend to breed in. So they've started migrating north, and it basically changed their pattern. They're starting to eat narwhals because that's the only food source available to them up north. Let's move on to the next slide. So my experiment is to take these orcas and take roughly 30 orcas and put them in a giant aquarium. And this water will be set at 78 degrees because orcas like to be in water environments that is at 68 degrees Fahrenheit. So put this in water that is a little warmer than what they like to see how they adapt to this. So there will be weight checks once a month on all these orcas to evaluate how much they are, how much they weigh, and this experiment will go on for roughly 40 years, and we'll basically track their weight once a month and see if there is any change. So obviously, if they start to lose weight, then that would support my hypothesis. All right, on to the next slide is the conclusion. So the only flaws that I have found in this experiment is that this could be a little unethical. I know we talked about this quite a bit in class, is that putting orcas inside an aquarium, putting really any animals inside of an aquarium could be unethical in science, and this experiment could be unethical, but this would basically show us how these animals will adapt to the climate that's changing drastically. This experiment basically shows, can orcas adjust like other animals that have over the millions of years? Can these animals adjust to what is happening? And one of the quotes that is really related to this is that from Charles Darwin. It says, "It is not the strongest of species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It's the most adaptable to change." And on to the last page here. This is just my reference slide. So